Welcome back, everybody. Back to the first inning. And if this is your first time pressing play, please hit that subscribe button. I was making sure the mic is on. And we are a channel that doesn't curse. We're PG-13. This is something you can play anywhere and not get in trouble for somebody hearing about what we're talking about. And we're going to talk about some good baseball. We got some great things to talk about here. I'm the BX Bomber. Welcome to the first inning. I got Roger the Big Yankee fan with me. And before we get into things, I was just to shout out Section 420 Talking Yankees. I was on, I had a great interview with James, and hopefully you guys could go to his channel and subscribe over there. So go to Section 420 Talking Yanks and check out that episode I did with him, and that'll be cool. So what we got, Roger?
Oh, okay. Well, hello, BX Bomber. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And the Yankees had a strong 14-2 victory over the Philadelphia Phillies today. And Marlon Gonzalez hit a 3-run home run. Hidashioka hit a 2-run home run. And then we had a grand slam from a minor leaguer named Max Burke. And then another home run from a minor leaguer named Benjamin Cowell. And the Yankees crushed the Phillies 14-2 today. And Clark Schmidt started. He did give up 2 runs, but they used a lot of their top relief pitchers in today's game. They used Loaisiga, they used Green, they used Licky, and the Yankees had a strong 14-2 victory. And yesterday, the Yankees had an 11-7 victory over the Tigers, with a young prospect named Bowman hitting a home run for the Yankees. And Marlon Gonzalez, once again, he's been very impressive this spring. Hit a home run for the Yankees in the 11-7 victory over Detroit. And the day before that, the Yankees had a 7-4 victory over Pittsburgh. And Aaron Judge blasted 2 home runs. And Donaldson blasted 1. Gonzalez blasted 1. And I think Giancarlo Stanton hit 1 as well for 5 home runs. And Cole pitched that 7-4 game against Pittsburgh. And Cole was mainly working on his fastball. And he was at his usual level of 97 to 99 miles per hour. But he did give up a home run and 2 runs. And he was working on some of his breaking pitches. But he was still having trouble locating them. And the way it looks as of right now is that some of the pitchers may not be going as many innings to start the season. You know, if they get up to 5 innings, they'll be doing well because of the shortened spring training. And the hitters look ahead of the pitchers at this point in time.
Hey, yes. Shout out to Bryson, man, on the check-in. My first game will be that Monday, the 11th. I'll be there at Yankee Stadium the Monday. So, good
to see you. Thank you.
I'm going to Monday's game and Thursday's game. I'll be there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
What is that? April 11th, April 14th. I'll be there, Bryson. So, check in.
Then Roger and BX Bomber together on April 22nd and April 24th.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be at the game. So apparently the Yankees have made an offer to Aaron Judge, huh?
Yes, as of right now, they are talking about getting an extension done for him, and they would like to get it done. Judge would like to get it done before the start of the season, and they would like to get an extension taken care of before the start of the season. And if the season starts, and I think Judge and Cashman may wait until the end of the season before negotiating again. I would like to get it done and over with ahead of time, rather than risking Judge to go on to the open market.
Yeah, I don't see that happening at all. I don't see Aaron Judge actually leaving the Yankees. I think he's gonna be a Yankee for life, man.
I hope so. I certainly do hope so. And I don't think it's time for, they already maybe going to arbitration, because the Yankees It's another arbitration year for Judge, and Judge was asking for $21 million, and the Yankees offered $17 million, and they were talking about possibly going to arbitration over that. But if they can get the contract extension taken care of, that will make that situation moot. But I hope the Yankees don't try to lowball him or anything, because he's very important. I mean, he's very important for the market. He sells a lot of jerseys. The fans love him, and he is the face of the Yankees at this point in time.
Yeah, he sure is, man. I don't see Aaron Judge going anywhere, man. I think you're gonna see the judges' chambers there for a very long time, maybe to the ending of time. As long as that stadium stands, the judges' chambers will be there.
Wow, that will be pretty good.
Yeah, because I don't see them ripping it out. Even if they sign him, well, yeah, if he actually sucks, Roger, and he does horrible for the next few years, I see them ripping that judges' chambers out of there. Let me tell you one thing. But if he has a great career, like an honorable career, like a Brett Gardner, you know what I'm saying? I think it'll stay. Man, as a remembrance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe that's a possibility. And I do want to say, as far as spring training is looking, and the Yankees took their flyer on Marlon Gonzalez, who is a veteran switch hitter who has played for both the Red Sox and the Astros, and he has looked very impressive this spring. I mean, he is hitting home runs, and he's a switch hitter, and he looks very impressive. I believe that he'll be getting a roster spot, especially with the expanded rosters to begin the season.
Okay, you talking about
Like Marlon Gonzalez hit a 3-run home run today. He is a switch hitting player that is a super utility player. He can play all over the field. He plays every position except he never caught. And he's a veteran player that had a down year last year. But Cashman took a flyer on him and offered him a minor league contract. And he's been very impressive during spring training. And I believe, especially with the expanded rosters, that he'll be making the team to begin the year.
That'll be nice, man. I think that'll really work for the Yankees, man. If they can really have him. I mean, if he can play like that, I mean, yeah, that'll work. But they also gives more. It helps DJ LeMahieu.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because then DJ LeMahieu doesn't have to play every day, if that makes sense.
Yes. Aaron Boone is saying he will get everyone 500 at-bats. He plans on getting everyone at least 500 at-bats. So DJ LeMahieu will be playing around. Connor Falefa also looks very good this spring. Last year Connor Falefa had 172 hits, batting .273. And that would have led the Yankees last year. If he was on the Yankees and had 173 hits, that would have led the Yankees the most amount of hits. So he's not, Connor Falefa is not going to hit for a lot of power, but he's going to get a lot of base hits.
That's what we want, and that's what, and I think that's what we're looking for. I mean, if he can hit like that, hey, and make these guys, and score runs, that's gonna help a lot, man.
Right. They seem to be a little bit more aggressive during spring training as well. They're trying to steal some bases and trying to hit and run and move the runners. I mean, today's game, even though it was a blowout, it was exciting. There was a lot of action in today's game.
Well, I believe those young boys, they have to do that. Them boys that are playing in the Somerset Patriots and all that, they have to do that because they're showcasing their talent, and this is the only time they have to showcase their talent. You know what I mean? And maybe if that guy could steal bases the way he did, he might be on the team.
Right, exactly, and also, in yesterday's game against Detroit, a Somerset pitcher, Double-A pitcher named Simple came into the game, and he did get hit very hard yesterday, giving up runs. But the Yankees did win the game 11-7. And another prospect in yesterday's game against Detroit hit a home run too, named Bowman, that was called over from the training camp. And he's got to be very thrilled, to be wearing the Yankee uniform. Young player, only 21 years old, hitting a home run.
Wow, man. I mean, he kept hopefully he got that ball back, man.
Yes, I hope so. I would hope so. I probably did, because they don't have the stands in the outfield, really.
Where, in Steinbrenner Field?
Well, he hit it yesterday in Detroit at Joker March Stadium in Detroit.
Oh, so he probably did get the ball back. I would still want the ball back. Even though it's spring training, I mean, you still did that.
Exactly. And, he's a low-level, he's going to be like a high A-ball player. And, to wear the Yankee uniform, I mean, this is the World Series. Coming up and putting the Yankee uniform on and playing during spring training. For a lot of these young minor league players, this is like a World Series for them.
Yeah, man, because they're not going to be on the big stage ever again until they get called up.
Right, exactly.
Because that's where you make your name. Oh, remember that guy from spring training? He did this and that. You know what I mean? And then, or when he goes back to Somerset, oh, man, that was the guy that hit that grand slam or whatever in the spring training. That's what you get known from. And then you get that reputation of, oh, man, and then he does it again. That's what we need, is if he could do that, he has to be able to do it again. And then it's like, oh, man, we need this guy up here.
Exactly that. One breath. And the young prospect that hit the home run today against the Phillies was named Max Burke. And he is a young prospect in the Yankees farm system. And he had a grand slam, so he's got to be thrilled, too.
Wow, yeah. I mean, I don't care. Whenever it happens, a grand slam is a grand slam.
Exactly. Oh, and also, Albert Pujols has gone back to the Cardinals.
Yeah, he sure did, man. Matter of fact, let me try to bring up that article now as we're talking about it.
Yes, I think he signed for $2.5 million.
It's 1 year. Yep.
I don't know if he's going to play for another year or maybe 2 years, but it's very nice that he's going to finish his career where he started.
It sure is. Oh, man, I just hit the wrong button. But it sure is, man.
So he's back with the Cardinals.
He looks good in the Cardinals uniform.
Oh, yes. Well, that was his team until he left to go to the Angels, and then, of course, ended up with the Dodgers for the year last year, and now he's going to finish his career with the Cardinals. And I think it's Yadier Molina's last year as well.
Really? Oh, that's going to be something.
Yeah, so it's going to be Molina and Albert Pujols going out together.
That's not bad. Didn't they start together?
Yes, they did.
They did, right? They started together. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. To come back. But they don't. But does he have a World Series ring with them? He doesn't, though, right?
Yes, he does. Yes, in 2011.
Oh, he has one. Because they won like 3 times, right, or twice?
Oh, well, throughout their career, they have the second most World Series titles in the major leagues. I mean, the Cardinals are older than the Yankees, and the Cardinals have the second most World Series titles to the Yankees at this point in time.
Really? Wow.
Right, and the Cardinals won, I think, in I don't have the years in front of me right now, but in the early 2000s, and then again in 2011 over the Rangers. And he's got at least, I believe, 2 rings with the Cardinals.
Wow, man! I think he's worth coming back. You know what I mean? He was a big time hitter, but for some reason, he just died over there in California, man.
Well, yes, what they did, this is why they're not giving players over 30 10-year contracts anymore. You're not going to see the kind of contract like Judge, for example. Judge is not going to get a 10-year contract with the Yankees. I could see the Yankees offering 6. I bet Judge will ask for 8, and they'll ask for 6, and they may settle on 7. I think for Judge, somewhere around 7 years, $250 million will get it done.
Yeah, I think Aaron Judge is worth way more than what they're asking for. To me, to be honest, Aaron Judge is worth at least $24 million a year, $25 million a year.
Oh, yes. Absolutely, no doubt about it.
I mean, Aaron Judge is lowballing himself, to be honest. Asking for $21 million, I would have gave it to him.
Right, it's just that, he was already 25 when he came up. And then the Yankees had 6 years worth of control with him. So he's not reaching free agency until his age 30 year. He'll be 30 this year. And then he'll be starting his new contract at 31. So unfortunately, Judge got off to a late start, in comparison to someone like Mike Trout.
Yeah, Mike Trout only had one good year, and he became a dud too, man. It's like, what happened to that guy? It's like you don't even want him on the team anymore. That's sad.
Well, Mike Trout was injured last year, but Mike Trout has had a great career.
Yeah, he has a great career, but he only had that one good year, and from then he's been down sloping.
Oh,
he hasn't had great years ever since that one, whatever year it is. He hasn't had great years after that, and then he got hurt last year too. So forget about it. He's really going down now.
Yeah, and Shohei Ohtani, of course, won the MVP last year, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. came in second, and that was rather controversial as well, because Vlad Guerrero put up such amazing numbers as a young player, and Shohei Ohtani is just a combination pitcher and position player, and that's really why they gave it to him.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani, he's nasty, boy. He's gonna do real good next year too. I mean, this year.
Exactly.
We need more players like that in baseball, though.
What's that?
I said maybe now that's gonna change baseball, where you're gonna see pitchers that can hit too.
Right, exactly. And the whole deal, though, is the designated hitter is now universal in both leagues. So pitchers won't really be hitting anymore because we have the universal designated hitter.
Yeah, but the thing is, if that's what I'm saying now, if you can get a pitcher that can hit too, oh man, you have one hell of a squad now.
Oh
like
yeah,
a Shohei Ohtani. You know what I mean? That brings a lot of dynamic to the team, man. Because now you got basically like a ringer. You know what I'm saying? That just comes up there and just hits the ball.
Right, exactly. Where if he can play a position, he could play during the week when he's not pitching and be a designated hitter.
Yeah, he'll pitch his one. It should be like, the way I would do that is like, again, have a 6-man rotation, right? And he'll be my 6th guy, or Shohei Ohtani, he's the 8th, so he'll be the first guy. And then he gets 5 days off, complete, and then he plays every 6th day.
Right. Right.
And then you have him for 4 days, because the day after he pitches, you don't want him to be batting or anything, because you don't want him to get hurt. You know what I mean? So you would bat him the day after that, so you get him 4 days out of the week.
Right.
5 days, I'm sorry, 5 days, because when he pitches, he can hit too.
Exactly. But otherwise, the spring training, these last 3 games, the Yankees have looked very good. The pitching is still a little bit shaky here and there. The bullpen guys look very sharp. And even when the Yankees were losing their games to begin the spring training, it was the minor league pitchers that would come in and blow it. The regular guys coming out of the bullpen, Joey Rodriguez had a bad outing, but he had he had a shoulder impingement or a sore shoulder the day that he pitched. But otherwise, the regular guys coming out of the bullpen have looked good, including Chapman.
Nice, man. They say now Chapman will be used as an eighth inning role when the Yankees are winning or losing that bad.
Right. They did talk about doing something like that as well. And I'll tell you, I do also believe that even though Josh Donaldson is older now, 36 years old, he is a great fielding third baseman. And even though Urshela was very good, I think Josh Donaldson is going to be a major improvement over Urshela at third base. And of course, Connor Falefa at shortstop is an outstanding fielder.
Well, yeah, I mean, the kid has 2 gold gloves, one at third and one at shortstop. So, yeah, he's going to have some fielding ability there. You know what I mean? So the Yankees made the right move in getting that kid. You know, because like I always say, man, it's defense before offense, no matter what.
Right.
Because it's the team that wins is the team that makes the less error.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So defense is first, man. Then because if you can hold down the team, offense will work his way through somehow. You know?
Oh, yeah. Yes, and the Yankees have a lot of big guns, no doubt about it. Oh, by the way, I heard that Luke Boyd made a comment about the Yankees and Yankee Stadium now that he's on the Padres, and he said something about how the Yankees had a lot of big donkeys in their lineup, something like that. And he was one of the big donkeys himself at 6'3", 250 pounds, you know. And he said something about Yankee Stadium not being a great hitter's park. I guess that's because he's a right-handed hitter, and you have Death Valley in Yankee Stadium. But statistically, it is a strong hitter's park for home run.
Oh, it sure is, man. It's a dangerous. First of all, Yankee Stadium is a dangerous park to play in because, like I always say, Roger, the weather is a problem over there, and if you get Yankee Stadium on a windy day, anybody could be a home run hitter that day.
Oh, yeah.
As long as you get it up there, it'll fly over. You know, because one time, I forgot who it was, man, but the dude hit a pop-up, and Aaron Judge, it went to right field, and Aaron Judge was standing like, he didn't even move, right? Because he thought it was going to drop right to him, right? But then you see Aaron Judge stepping back, and then it goes over the wall. I was like, it drops down like it fell out of the sky, like if it was raining.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, on a downward spin, man. So I mean, the Yankees could be terrifying too if they're all on point and the Yankees have a windy day. Oh man, they could blast about 10 home runs a night over there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a great home. You know, the entire American League East has a great ballpark, hitter's ballpark. You know, Camden Yards, Rogers Center. You know, they're all great hitters' ballpark in the American League East.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what, though? Like I say again, the Yankees have a problem with great pitching.
Right.
They can't hit great pitching. Like, they're not going to be able to do that on a windy day against Matt Scherzer, Verlander, DeGrom. They're not going to do that against these guys. You know, to be honest.
Guys are elite.
Yeah, they can't even see the ball when these guys are pitching. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else, they're slamming home runs. I mean, hitting the Grand Concourse. You know what I'm saying? Against these beat up boys. But when a great pitcher comes in, and when it's really time to get that hit, well, in the past, they weren't very successful.
No, well, that's why they're elite pitchers. Every team has trouble with them.
You know, so hopefully now when they have a healthy lineup, You know, it's pretty challenging to get through that whole Yankee lineup, to survive it once. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, if you make any type of mistake, these guys are going to blast it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, just to get through the Yankee lineup one time, I think it's going to be it's been difficult for teams in the past, but they got hurt. You see what I mean? So then they have to have these fill-in guys that they can run through. But with a whole healthy Yankee team that they have now, I mean, it's going to be some problems.
Yes, I would say so. They're a strong lineup. I mean, when you see them coming up one after another, you know, DJ LeMahieu, Joey Gallo, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, you know, boom, boom, boom. They've got a very strong lineup. And Higashioka is having a very strong spring hitting-wise. Higashioka has hit 4 home runs already.
Yeah, I think he should be okay as being the catcher.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done well before. He's taken over the reins before. I mean, it's not his first time as a catcher. You know what I mean? He was Garrett Cole's personal catcher at one point, wasn't he?
Yes. Well, actually, all of the pitchers on the staff preferred to throw to Higashioka more so than Gary Sanchez.
Yeah, that's true, man. So I think it should be fine. I think he should be fine that way. And we need a catcher that can hit. You know, and he can hit. He can slap the ball. That's what we want. We don't want a home run guy. You know, we want more slapping the ball type of guys, and he could do that. Man, I think everybody on this team can hit a home run, pretty much.
Yes, well, Higashioka has shown power. He's got pop in his bat. He might not hit for a high batting average, but he's got pop in his bat, and he's a much better fielder than Gary Sanchez was.
I mean, this whole team is capable of hitting a home run at any given time.
Oh, yeah, sure. Josh Donaldson, Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, DJ LeMahieu, Joey Gallo. I mean, quite a lineup.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, even with Rizzo and Gabe Torres, man. I mean, that's pretty tough, man, to get through. So I think, you know, if what the Yankees need to do, and I hope they're listening like they always do, right? They need to work those. They need to work those pitchers. Work the pitching. Don't swing at the first pitch. You know what I'm saying? Foul some pitches off. Have an attend pitch at bat. That's what we need. That's how you break them down. Get into the bullpen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Break up that bullpen, and then you'll be good, man. Because you know, to win, to really beat a team, is you got to get into the bullpen. You know?
At least that's the way it used to be. But now everyone coming out of the bullpen is throwing 98 miles per hour these days.
Yeah, that's true. But the point is, they're throwing 98 miles an hour straight sometimes, majority of the time. And that's what Aaron Judge and Giancarlo like to hit. You know what I'm saying? So, and all these guys like to hit straight down the middle. So it's perfect for these guys, you know? It's just that the Yankees can't hit the 98 miles an hour when it has movement on it, you know, especially from these Matt Scherzers, the Groms, and Verlanders. You know what I mean? Those guys. So it's tough for them on that part. But majority of the time, this day and age, and in Major League Baseball, a 98 miles per hour fastball is a beach ball for these guys.
I know for a lot of them now these days. I mean, it used to be, you know, back in the day in the 70s, they were around the 98 mile per hour throwers, but they're very prevalent these days. You know, back then you had Ron Guidry, you had Nolan Ryan, you had J.R. Richards, you know, and that kind of thing. They're much more Goose Gossage. They're much more prevalent today.
Yeah, I know, man. Remember the pitcher? I forget his name. He had the pitch called the Flolly Floater, something like that. That he used to throw the pitch like a softball, and them guys couldn't even hit it.
Who that was? Yeah.
The Flolly floater or something like that. I'm saying it wrong.
Something like I forget what it was called.
He used to throw it like a knuckleball or something. Huh? Yeah, it used to be like 60 miles an hour, man. They'd be striking out like crazy, man. 1, 2, 3, down in
That's what Zach Greinke did too.
You know, so it seems like, you know what? Throw the 98 and then hit them with a 80 miles per hour. They ain't gonna hit it.
Right.
They're gonna swing and miss at it. You know, pretty much. You know.
Exactly. It's all about changing speed.
Yeah, at this point in time now, it's about fooling the batter.
Right.
You know, the
and
first...
Cortez, I think, is going to have a good year.
Nestor Cortez, I think so, too. I mean, I just hope he could do it again.
Right, exactly. Nestor Cortez. We saw Nasty Nestor quite a number of times last year.
We sure did, man. I mean, it was so much that it was like we needed to buy a T-shirt of him or something.
Right, exactly. And he did very well. The Yankees are on a good streak here, and the team is healthy, except for Ben Warthat. And, you know, they've been healthy. The spring training is shorter because of the lockout, but so far so good. They're staying healthy, and they look in very good condition. And the Yankees have won 3 in a row now, doing a lot of major hitting.
Yeah, I'm reading an article now that Severino is being pushed back due to soreness.
Oh, jeez.
So, let me see. Minor league contract. Where is Severino? I don't see his name. Okay, injury updates. Here we go. Everybody sitting down? Is everybody sitting down? Sit down. Hold on to something while I speak this.
Right.
On a promotional... Bryson, on a promotional day, what time should you be at the stadium? 5 o'clock. What time do the gates open? Does anybody know? That's a very good question. Now...
Well, because of COVID, they were opening only an hour and a half before. But maybe they might go back to 2 hours before. I don't know.
It used to be at 5, so now it's going to be at... It opens at 5. The gates open at 5:30. So... No, it used to open at 5:30, but... Right? Do they open up at 5:30 now?
Well, last year it did, because during the COVID, because of, the COVID thing was still going on quite a bit last year.
Oh,
they were opening at 5:30 rather than at 5. Now that things have calmed down a bit with COVID, even though there's been some increases in cases in New York City, they might reopen again at 5, 2 hours ahead of time.
Yeah, but we don't have no COVID thing going on, though, right now.
Good.
So, I mean, no, there's no COVID restrictions or anything going on right now in New York City. So,
right.
I pray that they have it open at 5. So, if that's the case, you got to get there by 4:30, man. On those things. This might be Chapman's last year.
Well, Chapman is, this is the last year of his contract, so it depends on if they sign him for another year or two, or if they move on from him, but he's finishing up his final year.
I think he might be back with the Yankees if he does well this year. If he does horrible this year, he's not going to be back. That's just the way that goes. But let me talk. Severino, though Severino's turn in the rotation would have put him on the mound for a Grapefruit League start March 30th, would have been tomorrow as of this recording. The Yankees instead opted to push him back a few days after he experienced general soreness following his March 25th start. Now, manager Aaron Boone said the team is just being cautious and they expect Severino, who has been limited to just 18 big league innings over the last 3 seasons, to throw a bullpen session on March 30th before returning to the mound for a start 3 days later.
I see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Tomorrow the Yankees play the Blue Jays at Steinbrenner Field, and it'll be an evening game, so you'll be able to see some of that. Starts on tomorrow at 6:30.
Right, and what they're saying is, as it stands now, Aaron Boone said he expects Severino to start the second game of the regular season April 9th against the Red Sox.
Wow, okay.
So
that'll be pretty good.
Hopefully that works out, man. But until then, man, I guess we're gonna just have to hope and pray that this guy, you know, this is what I was.
That's the thing the Yankees didn't do this offseason. They did not, you know, I heard rumors that were running very hot about the Yankees making a trade with the Oakland A's to get either Manaea or Montas or both of them. And then the rumors just died. Everything went silent. I think the A's keep asking for Volpe and Peraza.
Yeah, I don't think they want to give those guys up. They might be the next up in line. They're the replacement for Isaiah or Donaldson. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. So that was the one, you know, that was the move the Yankees didn't do in the offseason. They didn't really improve their pitching staff.
Yeah, that's a problem, man. I don't know why they were thinking that they can go. They try to go for that guy that retired. I just forget his name.
I'm not sure.
He was a pitcher that was trying to come back, and he retired just recently, a few days ago. I forget his name, but anyway, the Yankees were highly going after that guy, but obviously he doesn't have it.
They took another guy recently. They signed to a minor league contract named Shelby Miller, who is another dude that's kind of coming off the scrap heap, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They're gonna have to find somebody, man. But I don't know. But anyway, I guess we can end the show here.
Okay.
This is pretty good. Friday we'll be back again with another episode, and we're getting closer and closer, man, to opening day.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys less than a month.
So this Friday is the last Friday of spring training talk.
Right. Well, spring training will go on, I think, until, April 5th, I think, is the end of spring training, and then the season begins on April 7th.
Yeah, that Friday, right? Yeah.
Right.
Or that Thursday. Is it a Thursday or Friday that they start?
I think it's a Thursday. I don't have a calendar in front of me.
Perfect. So hopefully that happens, man. But I guess we'll be at the stadium, man. I'll see you guys there, Bryson. I'll see you at the promotions if you're going. So I'm definitely gonna be there at the Elston Howard one on Thursday. So I'll see anybody there. So until then, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see y'all on the next one. So long and see ya.
Take care.